welcome. You're here, I'm here, so let's get right into it. We know what we're going to work on. Uchis, a very experimental artist working with many different artists such as Tyler the Creator and Gorillaz. With her new album just dropping this year, it was a pretty crazy hit, right? Back-to-back hit, and those of you like, I want to make something like this. Well, this is that video for you. So we're going to look at how to make a song like Uchis. I like to start every song I make with the chords. That's preferably my thing, my choice, because I feel it really captures the mood exactly what I want. And speaking of the mood, I chose the mood in E minor, the E minor chord, just to give it that really nice feel, especially with the sound design that I chose here from the Towel plugin. I believe that it really helped us a lot over here in this project that we have going on. So we'll listen to it here, and I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, so as you saw, simple 4 chords with the 5th at the end. Now this 5th is a little unique. I wanted to give it some character, so I added a nice little F chord right here. Now it's not in the key, but it definitely does add some uniqueness right here, as you can hear. Move over to are the arpeggios. Now the arpeggios, you don't need them necessarily, but it does add to the mix a little bit and give it a little bit of a little mood going on. So same similarity thing, same thing as the chords, just copied and pasted onto an arpeggiator. Now for the arpeggiator, I did use a Diva plugin right here with the amazing Flex butter sequencer. And this Diva is very great. I love it. It's used varietily and majorly in this track. So we're going to be relying on that. You can make your own sounds on stock plugins on Ableton. I just found this a lot more easier to do. Do let me know if you guys want me to give a tutorial using only Ableton's stock plugins. So for the arpeggio, we're going to listen to it here, and I'll show you what magic I did. So yes, you get the idea of that. Now there's not a lot going on here. I do have a reverb going on over here from the Partiver plugin. Very free. I do highly recommend it. It is much of experimental atmospheric reverb. Has like about 6 presets. Can't go much out there, but hey, it gets the job done. The next is a drip plugin. Now this is a price plugin. It is have to be paid for, but it's really just adding reverb, a little more reverb and a chorus on it, which you could easily do from the stock plugins once again. Next we'll be looking at are the drums part. Now the drums is very much the sauce of the mix. Like they say, if the drums don't make you dance, it's not a good song. And I would love to say, these drums make you dance. Now, you want to see these drums like dating someone, right? If you go slow, it'll turn out just right. But if you rush it up and go hard, you're going to lose it. And you don't want to lose those listeners. So, we're going to take a listen here to the kicks. Now, I do have an EQ here. And to help you understand, you want, just like your girlfriend's fat friend, attention seeker, you want to get them out of here. Go kick rocks, Tubby. And after you do that, we have the snares, which are actually just as good crunch. Listen to this. Now, I know, that sounds pretty dry. But just like in the relationship, you want to get it a little wet. Add to my hats. And at this point, we have a pretty good kit formulated here. And for that climax, we have a little tambourine hit. Yeah. Although this is after recorded from the future, because I forgot to mention something about the drums. So for the drums here, for the verse, I did switch it up a bit. I did add a tambourine on every other hit, which is that little wetness that I was talking about. And I added a little fill. That way it keeps the dancers on their feet. So listen to this. That's it for this part. I'll let you get back to the video. Now we move on to the bass. Now listen to this amazing bass that I have created. Now, doesn't that bass just please your ears? It's not going too crazy. It's good, not too hard. It slaps. Why? Because it's simple, and that's what we're looking for. Simple wins the race, and it's easy to do for the beginners out there. I always worked with good basses, and this was simply my favorite. So, the bass isn't going too complicated. It's playing the root notes of the chords when the chords hit. Just less accents, and to add a little character, like what we did with the chords and the arpeggiator, we added an extra note right here. And that will give us the good little to it. Now, just it alone would sound like a bass, but not bass. So I just duplicated that track and moved it an octave lower. And you can see the EQ here. I removed some of the mids and boosted the highs. And that's what gave us that slapping mix. Next part that we're moving on to are the stabs. Now the stabs are fairly simple, right? It has a lot of reverb on it, right? A tiny smidge of delay on it for that little echo effect. And short attack. It is, again, using the towel plugin, right? And it's a different preset. So sadly, it's not going to be what we had on the first time. So just listen to this fire. Yeah, that's good. That's vibey. I could fall asleep to that. Why? Because it's dampened and it's low. And with vocals on this, those high vocals are really going to even it out so that there's not a lot in the lows. The last part of the song that we have here is now the lead. Now the lead, I really liked it, right? It was good, and I'll let you guys have a listen here. Yeah, you guys get the idea. Although I do want to show you, for this lead, I did do a character thing here and added a note that really isn't in the key. You know, hear that here. So yeah, I did add an extra note there for character. Don't be afraid to add things that aren't in the key. In fact, that's going to make your music more unique and people are going to dig it. Because I dig this and I made this. I dig that. Now for the verse part. Second verse, I did duplicate the lead, but at a much lower tone. Because back with the bass and the stabs, it vibes and it bops. Because it's low and the vocals will really bring it up high. Again with that dampen trick. So yeah, great part right there. To make this song unique, right? Uchis usually talks about heartbreaks or, you know, getting better, some guy that she loved, or that stuff that people relate to, right? And what's something that we all relate to? Probably missing someone. So I added a really cool voicemail that I got straight off YouTube, not even gonna lie. And I just added a little megaphone effect to it to sound like it's over the phone. And at the end, I put a little, you know, phone hanging up sound. And that way it creates the scenery for the listener there. The arrangements of the song is totally up to you. I do the basics with the intro and the verse, bridge, and then, you know, the hook, and then second verse, then outro. You could listen to songs, you could take mental notes, you could do it on your own, however you want. Honestly, their arrangements do not matter. There are no rules of making music. Alright guys, so the song is now complete. As you can see here, I have it all arranged in the way that I liked and the way that I was happy with. You guys can happily experiment with how you arrange it. Now these drums, they're pretty good. And I also wanted to mention, I had a little break here, which is easy to do. Nothing was missed out. You're not missing out on anything. Just a little something that I did on my own. Okay guys, we have made it to the finish line. The climax, the part we have all been waiting to hear. The finished results. Now, the finished results, they come in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. But we're going to cut it short for the YouTube video, and that way I don't drain all your time. You can check this out on Spotify, I'd say 2 days after this video is released, and I hope you guys check that out.
Hey, I'm kind of glad you didn't pick up. I kind of just called to hear your voice, so your voice recording was enough. I should hang up. What am I doing? So I feel kind of dumb, but I miss you.